want what you have. They want your product. And one thing that differentiates LifeWave from other companies is that somehow, even with the rapid growth, they've never run out of product. They've never run out of stock. How is that possible, you may be asking? Well, just watch. And the man behind all of this says that the second best decision he ever made in his life was to join LifeWave 15 years ago. Guess what the first one was? Marrying his wife. It is my pleasure to introduce Chief Operating Officer Coleman Dillon.
Oh, fantastic. Hello, LifeWave. Indulge me for a second. I'm going to rob David's piece. I want to do Tony Stark. It's good to be back. Thank you all. Thank you, Elwyn, for the lovely introduction. I did say that last year. It's true. You've just got me thinking now that she said it. We're celebrating our 20 years of LifeWave, an anniversary, which is incredible. Congratulations, everybody. Next March, my wife and I actually celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary. So we had the conversation about 2 weeks ago that, we're going to be 25 years married next March. To which she turned around and said, yeah, I guess we're stuck with each other. And then she said, and smiled, well, I'm okay with that. Interestingly, next April, I'll be celebrating my 15-year anniversary with David and LifeWave. So next April, maybe myself and David will have a moment. And I'll say, I think we might be stuck with each other. And I'm hoping he says, yeah, I'm okay with that. Anyway, it is really fantastic to be here. Interesting conversation with Nicole, which is what I'm going to play on. So you know that I've been with LifeWave 15 years. I'm going to be married 25 years to Siobhan. The other thing of interest with me, I think, is I'm big into team sports and I'm big into high performance teams. So I really enjoyed Nicole. And I think one of the mistakes Elwyn, despite her lovely introduction, made is that I'm not responsible for everything that goes on within operations. We have a team. And I want to take this opportunity to say to my team all over the planet, Thank you for everything you do. We have 4 pillars: trustworthy, knowledgeable, caring, and sense of fun. And that's what's important to me. So our team that is behind the scenes, and everything is about team. The team that have put this together: Josh Dunn, Meredith, David, congratulations and thank you for everything you've done. Our team in APAC for everything you've done. Obviously, LifeWave has been growing for the last couple of years. The amount of brand partners here this year is incredible. But we've also been growing our staff to be able to grow the business. So to everybody who's joined LifeWave as an employee in the last 12 months, and there have been hundreds, I say welcome and thank you for everything you do for LifeWave. So what I want to talk about today is obviously my role as the Chief Operations Officer. And I want to talk about the fact that we have a high-performing team. And the reason I know we have a high-performing team, and in my opinion, the best team we've ever had in LifeWave, is because in our division, when it comes to sport, we are the fastest growing business in direct selling. We are number one. We are growing faster than everybody else in our division because we have a high-performing team. And when I say team, I mean all of you with all of us together delivering this incredible growth. Of course, as the operations officer, I get asked a lot, and I want to put this to bed in this presentation. With such rapid growth, can you keep up with production? In terms of the amount of patches we now have to manufacture, where are we with capacity? And I say, as somebody who likes high-performing teams, when you're number one and you're head of your division, that's the wrong question. The question isn't, can I keep up? The question is, how far ahead am I? So when you're in the first position, you're planning to stay ahead and you're planning to be here. I want to talk about that a little. The second thing I want to talk about is standards. I love Nicole in terms of standards within the Air Force. In our company, in our operations, we're all about standards. ISO 13485 is the standard for manufacturing medical devices. We're independently certified to that. We have our businesses now in Malaysia and the Philippines that have just gotten certified to ISO 9001. Thank you sincerely for that. It's an incredible achievement. Standards are important if you're to be a high-performing team. Do you know any sports team in the world that don't set their own standards? Well, we set our standards to the international recognized standard. And standards do 4 things for us. They ensure that the customer comes first. They ensure that we measure and we manage. They ensure that we always have the philosophy of continuous improvement. And they always ensure we hit our targets. That's what standards do. Their values. Every team has their values. I want to show a little bit later. It's interesting, a video talking about how we treat the environment. It's interesting this morning listening to David. So we talk about lobsters, we talk about water, we talk about light. These are all things that come from Mother Earth. We have to look after our planet so that we can continue to do sustainable business. And technology is the secret. In terms of capacity, if I move on, I'm just going to throw a few numbers at you. I know everybody here can read. The first number is that there's a little glimmer and a little conversation being had in whispers that maybe in 2025 we're going to do $1 billion in sales. Now, in these conversations within LifeWave, within operations, when my team asked me, are we going to do $1 billion in sales, Coleman? What are you going to say? I'm going to say, well, we can make enough product for $2 billion. Why don't you do $2 billion in sales? So the question is not keeping up, it's we're ahead. And and we plan to stay ahead. So we can support a business right now that would do $2 billion in sales with the infrastructure, the equipment, the technology, and the people we have. So push the envelope. Accept the challenge. We plan ahead. We're always planning. The next stage of my plan is to do an infrastructure that will get us to support a $4 billion business. How am I going to do that? Well, let me show you. Let me look at the new facility. Can we show them, please, on video? Thank you. We are investing in new facilities. We are investing in new technology. This is all with an aim to bring into business in 2026 to be able to support $4 billion in sales. Why should you trust me? I hear I'm trustworthy. How am I trustworthy? The best way to predict the future is look at the past. We've never been out of stock. You will never be out of stock. Trust me, push the envelope. In terms of, I need to push the button, I think. In terms of pushing the envelope, absolutely correct. Can't do this on my own, and I have an incredible team. Over the last 14 years, we've built a high-performing team in Ireland. I want you to look at the start dates. My team have started with me in 2010. They're still with me. It's loyalty, it's trust, it's vulnerability. Thank you. Brian was the first person I interviewed when I started production and started up the facility for LifeWave. And he sat down, we met, and I asked him work experience, and he said he spent the last 18 years working for a little company in Ireland. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, called Guinness. So Brian was in charge of logistics and supply for Guinness in Ireland. And I said, well, in your 18 years, Brian, with Guinness, what did you learn? He said, Coleman, Guinness was established in 1759. And he said, have they ever been out of stock? I said, well, no, there'd be a national crisis if Guinness went out of stock in Ireland. So I said, no. He said, well, that's what I do. I said, Brian, welcome to LifeWave. Anya is the person, VP of Operations, a number of years ago, to give you some idea of trust here. We were making probably around 500,000 patches a month. back in 2017, 2018. Last month, we made 30 million patches. Anya was the lady that drove and managed all that growth. So when I say trust me, you'll always have stock. We have capacity. We have the people in place. In addition to Brian and Anya, I'm blessed. I have Tina in charge of our standards. We measure, we monitor everything in terms of the standards, the ISO 13485. Tina's responsible for. I'm blessed to have Niamh, who has recruited and managed the best workforce I've ever worked with. She's been with me since 2010. And Aidan manages now the biggest facility in LifeWave. And I want to say here publicly, because they like to stay behind the scenes, thank you to all of them for everything they've done for LifeWave. Here's the thing about our team, and I think it was President Truman said this once upon a time. It's amazing what teams can do when nobody cares who gets the credit. And what I mean by that was listening to the stories about the merits being coaches and coaching and passing it on. Don't care who gets the credit. And that's amazing what you can achieve in a team when nobody cares who gets the credit. And we've achieved some things, and I just wanted to prove the fact that we do work to extremely high standards. I did make a promise last year when I was here. Made two promises, actually. One is you'd never be out of stock, and you haven't been, and you won't be. The second one is we need to look after the environment. Can I show the video, please, about how we look after the environment? Environmental management is crucial for our organization's sustainable success. By implementing eco-friendly practices, we not only reduce our carbon footprint, but also enhance our corporate reputation and operational efficiency.
LifeWave are committed to becoming more sustainable and environmentally friendly. We've identified our sources of direct and indirect emissions by measurement of LifeWave's impacts and aspects in terms of energy use, waste generation and disposal, ethical sourcing, and also sustainable supply chain management by means of a Go Green aviation fuel agreement with our carriers.
ISO 14001 is a set of standards put forward by the International Organisation for Standardisation. Its purpose is to clarify the best practices for organisations that wish to reduce their environmental footprint by adopting an effective environmental management system.
Together, these are vital elements in defining LifeWave's roadmap to reduce our carbon footprint. At LifeWave, we have implemented a robust environmental management system to support these objectives.
Responsible resource management leads to cost savings and innovation, creating a healthier workplace and community. Embracing environmental stewardship attracts eco-conscious brand partners and customers, fostering long-term growth and long-term relationships.
For LifeWave, having an environmental management system in place will validate and prove that we have systems and processes in place. It will allow us to focus on making environmental improvements and also to demonstrate that we as a company are environmentally responsible.
Let's commit to sustainable practices, ensuring a greener future for generations to come. Together, we can make a significant impact and lead by example in our industry. Thank you. Not alone are we the fastest growing and number one direct selling company in the world, we're also, and I don't say that we're going to be the best, but I can tell you there's nobody better at quality management systems and environmental management. And our commitment to you as brand partners, our commitment to the environment, and our commitment to work together to bring us to the next levels is full. We invest a lot of money in technology. We continually improve what we're doing, and we will continue to do so. So I'll stand here this year and I'll make the same promise I made last year. I can guarantee you'll always have product. If you want to quadruple sales, push the envelope. You want to go to a $4 billion company, I'm with you, and we'll get there together. In summary, I want you to be confident because of the technology and the people that we have. Be confident we have the capacity. Be confident we have the technology. We're a technology company. Be confident because we have a track record and we talk about trust. I have never been out of stock. I'll never intend to be out of stock. Just remember the pint of Guinness. We have the right people and we have sustainable processes. Finally, as the Chief Operations Officer in LifeWave, it's a humbling experience to be here. It's also a humbling experience for me to travel the globe and meet all our employees. So I want to leave you on my words that I always leave our friends and our employees. Love God, work hard, take care of one another. Thank you, LifeWave, and enjoy your weekend.